before I do that, one of the things you need to think about when you're planning is your website this year, because Core Web Vitals is becoming really important for Google. In May, they will be rolling out Core Web Vitals as a ranking factor. And what are Core Web Vitals? So it's kind of like, you think of the vitals, like you have a patient, they have a temperature or their blood pressure, or, all these different factors, their respirations that we check that are their vital signs. Well, websites have vital signs too that Google is measuring. And really, I've said this over and over again, but search engine optimization, the search experience, is really about the user experience. So the first thing, there's 3 parts to the Web Vitals, and they have like crazy names. Like the first one is LCP, and that stands for largest contentful paint. What that means is how fast does the content load when people can interact with it. Now, if you have a long page, at the bottom of that page, it doesn't have to load right away. It just has to load enough so that people can read it. So that's what they mean by the largest contentful paint. So it's site speed. So if your site is slow, or if you don't know if your site is fast or slow, you need to check that out, work with your web developer or your marketing agency and get that straightened out. Also, the second thing is called FID, first input delay. And that's how fast somebody can interact with your site. If they click on it, will it respond? And how quickly will it respond? That should be under 100 milliseconds. By the way, I should have mentioned that the large contentful paint should be under 2.5 seconds. And there's a search tool in Google Search Console under Core Web Vitals where you can search your mobile site, which, remember last week we talked about how mobile's increasingly important. All right. And the third factor is the cumulative layout shift, CLS. What that means is if your site's a little jiggy, like, people load and then also the content jumps or moves, a lot of times that has to do with other things that, where you've integrated different forms or different things on your site. And if that's going on, especially at the top of the site, that's going to be a problem. So take a look at those things, and there's a score for the cumulative layout shift, the CLS. And that score is 0.1 or lower is what you want on that score. So reach out to us, like us on Facebook, LinkedIn, Instagram, follow us. Check out our website, see what we're all about. Nancy Burgess Strategic Marketing, transforming today's brands for a digital world. Stay tuned and watch us live on Facebook.